Everybody welcome in Mr. Retro Rick. Woo! Yeah. All right, hey.
Welcome in.
I have to say, so we posted a poll like asking the world, like, what is the one thing that everybody wanted to ask Retro Rick? We posted all these different questions, and by far and large, the one that came through is, how has your life changed since opening a retro game store?
Oh, not at all. It's so like chill. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Owning a game store is the easiest thing.
Tell me.
So easy.
Tell me. Let's hear.
Let's see. How's it changed? Man, I'm at that game store every freaking day, it seems like. Just all the time. And I was telling Chris, it's just like all the stuff that has to be done is unreal. Like, I actually talked to friggin' Phoenix Resale. I was talking to him
We're
about
already
it.
bringing him up. Come on.
I was talking to him about it, and I'm like, dude, it is one thing to sell online. It is one thing to sell on whatnot. But oh my gosh, the process of getting something into the store and out onto the floor and selling it, and like that whole process is wild.
So what I want to know, so you did YouTube like us, right? You're doing YouTube. You're doing YouTube. Going
I did.
Along, doing
what happened to me?
We all forgot about that. You're known as the game store guy at this point. But at what point, tell the, because we know the story, Ricky and I, we've heard the story where one day you're like, and I remember the phone call. I remember where I was standing in my backyard when you call me and you're like, I might buy and I'm not going to say prices. I might buy a mega game store and have to pay this and this. And I was like, holy. So take them through the experience of what that was like for you.
So, yeah, it never was on my radar. Like, that's a very like normal question people ask is like, so like, was this part of the plan? And I'm like, dude, I walked into a game store and she was like, do you want to buy this from me? I was
Straight
like,
up.
what?
That's straight. Like,
yeah, literally. She's like, I've been thinking about this for a while. And she had basically multiple businesses. And she was like, I've had this game store for 17 years and we're just looking to move. They live like over an hour away from the game store. They were driving in every day. Like, we're just looking at moving to the next stage of our life. And she's like trying to think through who could even take this on because it's huge. Like, it's a big game store. It's over 4,000 square feet. It's not like a.
I think what makes it feel so big too is the height.
Dude, I love the height on your store.
Yeah.
When you walk in, it's like
big,
the statues guide your eyes up because they're like,
yeah, you walk in and see this huge Hulk. It's expansive for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she basically just kind of asked me if I would think about it.
Wow.
And then I'd ask my wife, right? Because like she's already.
What was her initial? I don't even know.
Yeah. So YouTube took a while.
I remember.
It took a while for her to get on board. She was like, why are you doing this? This is like such a waste of time. Because I mean, it was like I hustled for over a year, like putting in like 30, 40 hours a week. And like, and honestly, the first year the channel was fairly small. Like I think 3,000-4,000 people, which is still great, but I'm
great,
like, compared to where
or getting to a place where to a significant other, it feels like worth it.
Like, because I mean, again, I have kids and a family, and it's like, okay, this is pulling you X amount of hours away every, what's the point? So she was already like, she is now on board with YouTube and she's like cool with it. But then I'm like, I don't know, she might punch me. I'm not like, hey, what about a game store?
Yeah.
And she was like, I mean, honest to God, she was like, this sounds fun. Like, this sounds like something that we could do together and build something together. Wow. And she actually works there.
I was going to ask, is she involved with it?
Yeah, she works there. She works there 1-2 days a week, and she loves putting the discs away.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
like organizing
awesome.
the discs.
It's still new. She's in the honeymoon phase of owning the game store.
My wife helped me with the opening of my stores.
And I haven't seen her since.
Dude,
even at home.
I have to give his wife props. She did the best. Like, she put on the Mario suit on your guys' opening day, right? Was that opening day?
That was like a Black Friday.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Oh, dude, she's super cool. She is. Yeah, she will go along for the ride.
Was your wife initially super on board with it? Because I know you came from real estate, very different worlds.
My wife has been amazingly supportive of all of it. Yeah, when I quit my job and decided I wanted to open up a game store, which was just a crazy idea at the time. This was like 12 years ago. It was not like what Rick went through. He was buying an established business. I started from scratch with
the real way.
Piece of paper.
Yes, the real way. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just a business plan and an idea. But my wife all along was very supportive of it, which I'm amazed to this day. I still credit her. I'm like, I can't believe you believed in that the whole time. So.
I can't believe she even married you in the first place.
Seriously.
Well, that too. That's a whole other
He's a
story.
stud, man.
Ricky, would we ever open a game store?
I would love. Here's the true story: is you know how I buy all these big things? I buy them because in my head I always think we're gonna open up a game store. In my head.
Oh,
Well,
This is tough.
we talked about
We
this
talked
before.
about this
talk
on a
about
podcast.
I was asked-
He was very angry at us. Just even bringing it up, he was like,
Not anger. No, not anger. But I had asked Rick earlier, like, how many, other than him, how many YouTubers own a video game
Yeah,
store?
yeah.
And we could only think of one other one.
Sid Cooper. I'm sure there's others, and I don't want to.
Yeah. Y'all tell. I mean, I have no
Scott
idea.
Squatch technically had his own. He was like
Oh,
reselling.
did he really? I know
and-
Scott
Okay.
Squad.
Yeah, he's
I
a
didn't know
great
he had
guy.
a store.
Yeah, he's great.
But I mean, I don't know. To go back to the original question, like, how has it changed life, dude? Dramatically.
Yeah.
Like, and we always say, I mean, me and Riff always joke with each other. It's like,
What is wrong with us?
we're already super busy. Like, I was, full-time job, kids, family, try to have a little bit of a life outside of all of it, and YouTube and another channel, and now it's like, and a store. I thought I was busy before. I was not busy, dude. I'm telling you, like, I wake up thinking about, okay, I got another shipment of stuff coming in. I got another, we got to do inventory this week.
Yeah.
We just switched over to a new POS system.
What'd you call me?
I know, right? Like, literally 30,000 units that need to be
Yeah.
transferred from one
Wow.
to the other. It's like, it's daunting.
But
Like,
what-
if I say it out, if I wrote it all out and said it out loud, I would be like, I'm not doing this. You just do it though. You're just like, I can't think about it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
It is a weird thing because you are already busy, like you said, wife, family, and I'm the same way. You and I talk very much about this in private all the time. I mean, it was the other day, if I can be transparent, literally got a call from you, and it's like kind of normal for us. You're just like, what are we doing?
I don't know, man.
Why do we want it? Not want to. Why do we like? It's the kind of thing where, say, I'm so busy, I have a million different jobs, and it's like, all right, fine, I'm going to hire someone to take care of that. The minute that free time is allotted, I'm like, now I can do that with that free time. But my brain, that's not why I do it. And you're the same way.
Yeah.
You're always finding ways to, I don't know if it's our dads or childhood or something, but it's like, I don't know what it is.
Therapy, man.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Like, at what point are you content though? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to burn yourself into the ground.
Of course.
with too
You
much
have to
to
find-
do. You have to find time for yourself.
Yeah, Friday. I take Friday. Like, Fridays I'm off. Like, I don't do anything on Fridays unless friggin' Joker over there's like, give me more footage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just making your YouTube channel good.
No, but like Friday, I'm seriously like, we don't even like cook. Everything is like
You need those days.
That's awesome.
paper plates.
So
I'm like,
lazy.
I'm not even doing
Yeah,
freaking
do nothing. Like, sometimes those are the
Oh,
best days. Do
but
absolutely
that's
nothing.
Friday. That's Friday for us. Every Friday.
When we're on vacation, I always say my favorite plans are no plans.
No plans. Yeah, that's the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I had asked you, I think it came up in conversation earlier, like, are you just somehow it came up that you said you were content. Like, you were happy where you were at. So even with the time, and you don't seem stressed
Yeah.
with everything that you have going on.
Yeah, my wife gets the earful of like what's happening. I can keep it together pretty good, even at like work and stuff like that. But I mean, there's definitely a stress level that's next
Yeah.
level
Oh,
that
yeah.
happens with it. But yeah, I'm content. Like we've talked about. Well, then now what? Is it like stores all over Arkansas? Do you expand into surrounding states, Texas, all these places? And it's like, dang, maybe.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I'm
Chris
just-
has got 5 and still going. So
I said from the beginning of like even where everything is moving with the YouTube channel and everything, it's like I'm literally along for the ride. I'm like,
let's
just
see
like-
what happens.
Yeah,
Whatever,
I
man.
think one of the biggest comments that we've had for you to be here is one was trying to figure out how do you distinguish your collection and also your business inventory? Like, what do you take in?
Oh, that's right. Because you still are in the collecting phase. You're still like, you're a set guy. I got a complete N64. I got complete
That's
GameCube.
what's good. I have the sets.
Where's the separation?
Yeah, like I have N64, I have GameCube. So there's some that I'm like, I don't really have to worry about it.
So rare NES game walks into the store right now. It's
and I
the
don't
one
have
you
it.
don't have.
Yes.
You're taking it.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah. 'Cause
Got
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, Chris, you do the same though, right?
I did not used to at all. I think we talked about this, that I've become more of a collector over the years. But initially, like when stuff would come into the store, it was all for resale. But now I've become a little bit more. You sounded like you were more of a collector and then opened the store.
I don't want to just jump, but I feel like we have to say it. We're talking about games, collecting. I feel like I'm going to forget this if we don't say it now. You have to tell them what happened today. You have
Heartbreaking.
waiting for the
it's
story.
Rick and I were there as it unfolded, and I could see genuine devastation in his eyes.
We rolled up. We're like, something's weird.
Yeah, like he's not feeling good. Something's going on.
It was a painful,
So
hurtful day.
let's set the tone, and you can tell it. Rick and I contacting Chris. Hey, let's go film in your store. Maybe bring some really cool, rare stuff. We want to have some cool stuff to film. Sweet. Chris goes, yes, I'll bring you some stuff. We roll into Chris's store, and he seems weird. What from there?
So Rick had last night I went through my bins of stuff and I was like, let me pull out some really good games. So I pulled out 3 really good ones. I pulled out a Web of Fire for 32X complete.
Yep.
Which is probably like a $1,500 game. I pulled out Pokemon Box.
Pokemon Box was in their GameCube. Banger Nintendo World Championships authentic Donkey Kong top T-shirt.
And then I pulled out a Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut
and
loose
64.
cartridge. So today I get to the store. I'm meeting these guys there. It's like 9:30 in the morning. I had some other stuff from my store to carry out. Piled all the games on top. Pulled them out of my car. Get downstairs. As I'm pulling up to open up the store to unlock it, there was a UPS sticker on the door. And I see the UPS truck down the road. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I got to grab. They were trying to deliver something. So I'm half juggling all this stuff, running down. I find the UPS guy. He's like, oh, I have a really heavy box for you. He hands it to me. Everything spills out, kind of like all over the place. I'm like, oh, shoot, Pokemon Box, pile it back up. Get back down, open up the store, get inside. You guys get inside, look around, and I'm like, okay, Web of Fire, Pokemon Box, where's Clay Fighter? And I was like, no. So for 10 minutes, you guys
We should have, as you were in panic mode.
I'm up and down the sidewalk looking around for this thing. It must have fallen off my pile.
No.
Somebody must have found it, and it's just gone.
No way.
Just gone.
Sculptor's
I
Cut.
was literally like
Gone.
gut-wrenched, like, no way. I'm searching everywhere for it. And in the minutes that it must have happened within 5 minutes.
Dude, are you
Just
sure you
gone.
didn't leave it in the truck? Like maybe the guy,
No,
like when he
I
handed it to you?
searched everywhere.
I could see it even messed up Rick for a minute when we walked by.
I just
Rick
felt bad.
He walked over because Chris kind of brought him for us, and for at least to like look at for the show, maybe do something with. And Rick, I could just see he was kind of like, dang it, like
Well,
I don't feel good.
if someone came to my game store to film and do stuff, and I would just be deflated. So.
Well, I didn't blame you or anything like that, but I had told you guys when you came over, I was like, all right, you got to give me like 5 minutes
To,
to
like,
just
reset.
digest this and like purge this out of my system and forget that just happened. But that was a struggle. That was painful.
It was probably the Pokemon's thief that took it.
Oh my God, he's probably following me.
He's still there.
He's right there. We're going to watch the video cameras. He just runs out from the corner, grabs it.
If it's on film, I'll be happy.
All right. Well, I guess like one last question to this topic. What has been one of your most favorite things that's come into the store?
Ooh, spicy meatball. I'd like to hear it from you too, Chris.
Yeah, both of you.
Man, I would just say I was talking to Chris about it. Before, the store was good. It was a good store, but it had like just the vanilla stuff. Like it had a GameCube, it had a couple of N64s. I just think the variety, like right now in store to buy, we have a Neo Geo, we have a CIB Jaguar, we have multiple CIB 3DOs, we have a Turbo Duo, we have a Turbo Graphics, and it's like I just love seeing that kind of the next tier of collecting come in to where now people are traveling in from all over the place and they're like, dude, this is cool stuff.
Wow.
Like this is cool stuff that you have for sale that people could buy. So just like the more obscure type stuff that's just readily available for people to come in and buy.
It is fun
It's
that you
super cool.
film it too a lot of times because then we, the viewer, get to kind of get that perspective of what's in, why you're doing things, how you're doing things, and how you talk to the customers and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about you? Your favorite thing that's come into your store, Christopher?
Definitely a more obscure stuff because on a regular basis now I've seen so much of the regular stuff come in.
Yeah.
So some of the like I've had these prototype like Sega Genesis, Nintendo cards.
I haven't had that yet. Only 6 months in the game.
Yeah, and this is only
Sorry,
like,
Arkansas.
but those for sure are
That hurt?
Arkansas.
yeah prototype cards.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love those things.
I did
Super
have
rare.
I think I texted you. I might have texted you too. Turbo Graphics promo laser disc.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I
you
did see
It
that.
goes in the
Yeah.
kiosk.
What a
That's
flexer.
pretty weird.